Hey everybody, we're going to continue in our study of 40 questions about interpreting the Bible by Robert Plummer. Today we're going to answer the question, how do we interpret letters or epistles? Of the 27 books in the New Testament, 21 of them are letters. So it's extremely important that we seek out how to interpret these letters. One way is to understand the structure of letters. They're very similar to how we would write letters today. It begins with a greeting, then the body, and it ends with a salutation. So in the greeting, oftentimes the author will say who is writing. Say, I, Paul, or I, Peter, and it will say who he's writing to. Then, in between the greeting and the body of the text is a thanksgiving or a prayer. Say, I thank God for your call to ministry, or something of the like. We also find in the body the meaning of the text, the point of what the author is wanting the recipients to understand. And it's always catered to their situation. We must understand that letters are not written as moral or theological books or lessons, but they are pleading, the author is pleading with his recipients on a certain matter. He's pleading with them and making an appeal of them to change the way that they're behaving or to continue in the way that they're behaving. So we have to understand that it's extremely important that we seek out the meaning and understand that even though it is written to a certain situation, it's not necessarily written to our situation. But however, as we've talked about all throughout this book and answering these questions, biblical interpretation is extremely important because the Bible is relevant to us today. While the church in Philippi is long gone and the Apostle Paul is long dead, we must seek and understand that Paul was writing to the church in Philippi to stay unified. Now, unity in the church of Philippi looks much different than today. Today we have technology. Today, for us to stay unified, even right now during this pandemic of the coronavirus, for us to stay unified is much more different through technology, through these videos, through social media, through website, through the internet, all these kinds of ways they didn't have in Philippi. In Philippi, unity was the way that they lived together, the way that they shared things together, the way that they wrote letters, the way they encouraged. It was completely different than now in 2020. However, we have to know that Paul did intend a meaning, which was the church to fulfill its call to being the body of Christ must be unified. While that was the same in Philippi, that is the same today in the 2020 church. The situation is completely different, but we have to understand that the meaning or the intended purpose that the author has is extremely relevant to us, and this is all the way in all 21 of the letters written in the New Testament. I hope you guys are encouraged by this. Continue to read these letters and continue to find the meaning, because the Bible is the authoritative book which we live by. So, I'm so encouraged by this book, and I hope you guys are learning. Continue to stay up to date with these videos, and I really hope to see you soon.